Welcome to the new class. So in the previous classes, we have discussed regarding the manufacturing process. Okay. Then again, here we have dry and wet process. Okay. So we have discussed which process is very feasible, and then we have discussed regarding hydration, the chemical compositions after the oxidation of the cement component, the components in the cement. Okay, and then we have discussed regarding the four major compounds called Box compounds. So what are these Box compounds? C3S, tricalcium silicate. So C3S, first one is C3S, second one is C2S. This is tricalcium silicate. C2S is nothing but dicalcium silicate. Third one is tricalcium aluminoferrate. Tricalcium aluminate. Tricalcium aluminate. And the fourth one is tetracalcium aluminoferrate. Tetracalcium aluminoferrate. Okay, and then also sir has discussed regarding the aggregates, fine and coarse aggregates. Okay, now today we'll try to understand a very essential topic which is called as admixtures. Okay, now what is this admixtures? Admixtures is a extra component added to enhance the property of concrete. Okay, enhance the property of your concrete. Okay, so there are various admixtures that we need to understand and study, but among them a very essential admixture which is widely used is called as plasticizers. Okay, now what is this plasticizer and where it is used has to be understood with a very in a careful manner. Okay, so as we know, in concrete we have a term called as water cement ratio. Okay, we have a term called as water cement ratio. What is that water cement ratio? The amount of water to the proportion to the amount of cement. Okay, now what we need to understand in concrete is that the water cement ratio has to be very less. Okay, if water cement ratio is less, then we have a high quality of concrete. Okay, so in the textbook you will find the higher water cement ratio is cancerous to concrete. Okay, so that means what we need to do, we need to try to maintain the water cement ratio to a lesser amount. Okay, we need to maintain water cement ratio to a very less amount. Okay, the specified water cement ratio is also given in IS 456/2000. We'll discuss that later. Okay, in one of the code book it is mentioned. Okay, so that we will discuss in a detailed manner in upcoming chapters. Now for time being, what we need to understand is that water cement ratio has to be kept low. Okay, but the problem with keeping the water cement ratio lesser, we have a problem of workability of concrete. That means concrete will not be workable. It will be very difficult to work with that concrete. Okay, now is there can we find a solution where we can attain the desired workability, where we can attain the desired workability with lesser water cement ratio is our intention. Okay, the desired workability, if you add a higher amount of water, the workability will be very good, but the concrete quality will be degraded. Okay, now what we need to what we have understood is that water cement ratio, if it is lesser, it is very good for the concrete. Okay, now the role of plasticizer is very important here. Okay, plasticizer, what it does, by the use of plasticizer, what we can do is we can achieve the workability of concrete at a lesser water cement ratio. Okay, this acts as a bridge between the two components. Okay, so we can attain the higher workability of concrete with a lesser water cement ratio. Okay, now what we need to understand, plasticizer, as far as the plasticizer as far as the plasticizer is concerned, we need to understand what is the mechanism of plasticizers. We need to understand what is this mechanism of plasticizer. Okay, so as we have understood, as we know for a fact, the cement acquires the binding property when it is added, when it is mixed with water. Okay, cement itself doesn't have any binding property when it is in dry condition. Okay, when we add the water to it, the cement acquires the binding property. Okay, so now when we add when we mix water with cement, what happens? There a lot of hydration process takes place. Hydration process takes place. Okay, hydration process takes place. Then actually what will happen is, when the water is added to the cement, when that reaction takes place, there will be a flocculation of cement particles formed. Okay, there will be a flocculation of cement particles formed. Now what this flocculation do is they entrap the water in it. So actual amount of water added will not be used for the hydration process of cement. So this is your entrapped water. So that means, so a lot of flocculations will entrap a huge quantity of water, preventing this water to take place in the hydration process. Okay, so now when we add plasticizer, when we add a little quantity of plasticizer, while adding the water, while mixing water and cement, what plasticizer does? Now what plasticizer does, it forms a layer on each and every particle of cement. It forms a thin layer. For example, if this is a cement particle, a thin layer is formed around the cement particle, most of the cement particle. Now what this thin layer does, it produces a repelling force between the two cement particles. For example, if there are two cement particles, so what will happen? Because of the plasticizer, there is a repelling force around the cement particle. That means these two will be repelling each other. There will be a gap. So since that gap is formed, the entrapped water scenario will be very much reduced. Here. That means the amount of water added is available, higher quantity of water is available for the process of hydration. Getting my point? So what is the main mechanism of plasticizer is that it will form a thin layer of coat around the cement particle, which has a repelling force between the cement, which will produce a repelling force between the cement particles. By doing that, what will happen is flocculation. Flocculation of cement particles is reduced. Flocculation of cement particle is reduced, thereby entrapped water is also reduced to a considerable extent. Okay, so that free water takes part in the hydration process of cement. Okay, so that means we need not add higher quantity of water to attain the desired workability of concrete. This is the mechanism of your plasticizer. Okay, so again we have two types of plasticizer. One is plasticizer and the other one is super plasticizers. So by using the plasticizer, 15 to 20% of water is reduced, and by using the super plasticizer, 20 to 30% of water can be reduced. 20 to 30% of amount of water can be reduced to attain the desired workability. Okay,